Hello, I'm from RealSecu, who will talk about BEC attack and email security technology. As your dependence on email increases for business and information sharing, it is important to understand the ongoing threats and take action to protect your information and assets. In this session, we will focus on the most dangerous email threat in recent years, business email complement, BEC, and we will also talk about the subsequent attacks, email account complement, EAC. As you can see on the screen, email-based cyber attacks are more than 90% of the total, and users who click on email are a quarter of the total, such as surveys by global email security firms Trend Micro and Proofpoint. A characteristic of common attacks is phishing. This means a mail attack in which actions have been taken to deceive the recipient. These attacks can seriously damage individuals and organizations, including leakage of sensitive information, theft of email accounts, and financial loss. Email threats that begin with impersonation mail, or BEC, appear in various forms, including phishing, malware, and fraud. Phishing attacks are designed to trick individuals in your organization into providing sensitive information, such as account passwords and credit card numbers. Malware uses malicious software to gain unauthorized access to the target's computer or network. Fraud attacks are the act of pretending to be a person you trust to steal sensitive information or money and decorating the content as if it were a normal business mail. The FBI reports that damage from BEC is increasing every year, and the average loss per case is also increasing. These are the cases of damage that started with famous emails around the world over the past few years. Typical damages include personal information leakage, recovery costs from data leakage, and secondary damage through supply chain attacks. Even companies with well-established security systems worldwide are suffering tremendous damage from attacks that started with just one email. Keeping up to date and proactive about email security is more important than ever to protect individuals and organizations from these threats. BEC, corporate email infringement, is simply a type of impersonated email attack. Attackers use BEC to trick individuals and organizations into sending them sensitive information or money. In other words, a type of attack in which a fake person pretends to be real by disguising himself as a trusted person or agency. Email account breach, EAC, is a type of email attack that occurs when an attacker gains access to the target's email account. This is an attack that occurs after stealing a real normal account and password. Therefore, an EAC attack refers to a subsequent attack after the success of a BEC attack takes real mail account information and can cause significant damage to secondary and tertiary targets. If email security doesn't work properly in individuals and organizations, it can cause a variety of damage. Direct financial loss, legal liability due to leakage of customer information, loss of external reputation. Various damages can occur depending on the direction and purpose of the attack, such as leakage of important information. First, let's take a closer look at BEC. As I said earlier, attackers use BEC to trick individuals and organizations into stealing important information or money. BEC attacks can appear to be especially convincing normal mail because the target appears to be someone you know and trust. The BEC attack mail that passes through various email security systems and is delivered to the recipient will act according to the attacker's intentions because it is undoubtedly made from the recipients. There may be various purposes of BEC attacks, but I'll look at them in three main ways. The attacker uses sophisticated social engineering techniques to impersonate the client so that the target of the attack cannot be suspected, and then steals the transaction funds by mail, such as changing account information. If the hacker needs the information to be attacked, impersonate a superior or a higher authority to request sensitive information or distribute malicious code. Depending on the information you want, the target of the attack may vary, and a typical example is the North Korean hacker group's attack on major Korean research institutes. In most cases, email account information from mail recipients is requested for the sophistication of further attacks. The most common method of stealing passwords by impersonating a customer center is occurring. Successfully hijack accounts and passwords, then use this information to send convincing emails to others in your organization or further attack other organizations. Various techniques are used for successful BEC attacks. Of course, the first thing is to collect information about the target through preliminary investigation. Since it is an era in which personal information can be collected through various channels, it can be seen as a step of determining which person or institution to impersonate to deceive the target. The second is impersonation. Traditionally, it evolves from spoofing, which steals real normal domains, creating accounts and domains arbitrarily by using email scripts or private mail servers. It uses techniques that cannot be blocked by conventional blacklisting methods as well as people. The third is spear phishing. The word literally means a mail attack optimized for deceiving the target party. The way to increase the success rate of an attack is to decorate not only the outgoing account information but also the contents of the mail so that the target cannot doubt it at all. The fourth is a more recent development of impersonation mail types. Use a method of increasing reliability by specifying references from mail that has only existing senders and recipients. Reference targets are also a way to eliminate doubt by using people or organizations that the target trusts. Finally, it creates urgency. It also uses a method of increasing the success rate of hackers' attacks by creating business urgency and hindering the target's cool and rational judgment. Email account corruption, EAC, is a type of email attack that occurs when an attacker gains access to the target's email account. It is often used as a follow-up attack after successful account hijacking, one of the purposes of the BEC attack, and can be used for secondary email attacks against other organizations using additional sensitive information hijacking and unauthorized use of the target email account. In this case, it will be even more difficult for the organization under secondary attack to respond. BEC attacks can be made relatively easy and can be carried out in a variety of places at a high speed. Failure to properly block this attack will result in exposure to more untenable EAC attacks. This is because there is no way to arbitrarily block emails from normal accounts and mail servers. From a hacker's point of view, if you can only execute EAC attacks, you can achieve more successful results. Traditionally, methods of stealing accounts and passwords have been used in many ways. Recently, the method of indiscriminate password substitution has also evolved by using automation tools using AI for account theft. However, as I said earlier, using BEC attacks is a relatively efficient way to steal account information without much effort or cost. Email security technology continues to evolve, and hackers' attack techniques continue to evolve to avoid it. The current response to BEC, or impersonation mail, can be seen in three main ways. First, human resource training. Regular training and simulated training on email security. This may not be effective if employees do not follow best practices or are not aware of the latest attack techniques. In addition, education can be time-consuming and expensive and difficult to cope with evolving threats. And second, SPF, DKIM, and MARC. These email authentication methods are designed to verify the authenticity of the sender's domain and email messages. However, the fact that the sender and receiver can passively verify information about each other is a limitation, and it is not being used as intended for development. And also, multilevel authentication, MFA, enhances the security layer by requiring users to provide additional authentication elements, such as passwords and one-time code sent by phone or email. This can work to some extent to block EAC attack attempts, which are subsequent attacks on BEC attacks. However, it doesn't directly help preventing attack mail from entering my account. Recently, global companies leading email security are using advanced AI. 1. Spam filtering. AI algorithms can analyze large amounts of email traffic to identify patterns and characteristics of spam messages. Machine learning algorithms can be trained to improve the accuracy of spam detection over time by analyzing user feedback and adapting to new types of spam messages. 2. Malware detection. AI algorithms analyze message content and file properties to block malicious attachments or links in email. Deep learning algorithms can detect malware-related patterns and behaviors and provide real-time protection against emerging threats. 3. Anti-phishing. AI-based solutions can analyze message content and users, identify suspicious emails, and block phishing attacks. Machine learning algorithms can identify and adapt new phishing technologies and provide real-time protection against phishing attempts. But of course, these AI technologies also have limitations and disadvantages. 1. False positive and false negative. Because AI algorithms are based on statistical patterns, there may be limitations in interpreting the context of the message and the sender's intentions. As a result, you can still create false or false detections. 2. Attacks with AI. AI technology can also be used for attacks. This includes modifying message content or file properties to bypass detection in security solutions. AI-based security solutions can be difficult to keep up with evolving threats based on AI. 3. Cost and complexity. An AI-based email security implementation solution can be particularly expensive and complex. Proper configuration and maintenance of solutions can require expertise and significant cost. Let's go back to the beginning. From a hacker's point of view, I told you that the easiest email attack I can do to achieve my desired purpose is BEC, or impersonation mail. The impersonation mail is dangerous after the target of the attack is clear and it is delivered to the target. Therefore, a new way of responding technology is needed to block the mail before it is delivered to the user. Naturally, if you can accurately distinguish between normal and impersonated mail, you can block the first BEC attack. In RealSecu, we developed an email security solution called RealMail using our own new outgoing information verification technology to block BEC attacks professionally. RealMail has 2 or more patented technologies to professionally block impersonation mail. The core of this technology is the reinterpretation of sender backtracking and SMTP response code, and a real-time identification of the status of the outgoing mail server. Gartner is also interested in this technology applied to RealMail and is introducing it as an email security solution to Peer Insight. These are the main features RealMail uses to block BEC. Domain validation blocks mail from non-existent domains. It accurately detects and blocks various types of impersonation mail with technologies that block impersonation mail, block private mail servers, and verify and block mail from unknown sources in real time. In addition, through the analysis of the status of the outgoing mail server, mail received from various mail servers such as outgoing-only mail is classified to minimize false detection. Finally, receive account validation classifies incoming mail to dormant accounts. The best defense strategy would be to block email, especially BEC, impersonating email, which is the starting point of cyber attacks, in advance. The first thing you'll need is accurate transmission information verification to respond to the evolving hacker tactics. After that, it will be the best BEC defense strategy if attachment and content analysis detection technologies that are evolving based on AI and users are continuously trained. The impersonation mail attack is elaborately designed to deceive the recipient, so it is not known until an accident occurs and damages it. If you would like to know more about RealMail, please contact us at the email address below.